at this point of time, what it is that you see the current and how you see the future from your perspective. So we'll hear from Rati.
Well, very good evening to everyone. Before I start my viewpoints, so when you asked about what is in the present and what looks for the future, certainly from the HR point of view and what changes we are seeing in the our education space that has happened over the last 45-50 days is, we in EduPristine said that we were a classroom partner. We were primarily into classroom trainings, right? And today we have transformed ourselves completely into an online partner. Okay, by online we say we do a live virtual class, so we call it as a live virtual platform. And I'm sure when I look at it in the future, we are very confident that we can now scale up in terms of being a LVC partner or online partner, because the customers have seen the business continuity happening. The customers have seen the service being extended for them even now in this lockdown phase. So a customer gets a e-learning book. The customer can easily access to all the classes, all the sessions that is happening live. The customer is also assured that even if you are a classroom customer, but because now we have transferred the business into a online mode, once the lockdown is lifted and your education institutions get a go ahead from the government to restart classes, these customers can even come back again and attend the classes. So that way your service is not affected. Your traditional customer who prefers a more classroom kind of a session can come back again, right? There is another set of customer, which is the topic of our discussion: modern Indians, right? People like us who've been working, who are into the work experience mode. We do not have time to go and attend the classes, right? That is where we see this as a new direction. Okay, all this while I thought I may go and attend a class. I'll see how I prefer more a classroom based instructor led session, but I was a little hesitant for online. I'm not talking about my view, I'm talking about a customer's view. I was a little hesitant about attending the class online, but then with the transformation that the business has done, the company has done, 1 or 2 classes down the line, I feel this is now the new norm for me, and I am completely trying to adapt myself. Perhaps I don't need in a future to come and attend your class. Okay, I can sit at any place and attend the class right from my comfort zone. This way, it opens a new business opportunity for companies who are currently into a classroom mode, because you now can cater to a diverse population all over the country. Yeah. So this is the business perspective, I think, is going to give us opportunity in the future.
I think so far, what all of us are saying is that digital is the way forward. More gig workers are going to come to work in this particular sector, and there is going to be, of course, government might have to bring its own regulation or certain framework to sort of regulate the universities or the providers who are giving e-degrees. So some of these things all of us are talking about. On this particular aspect about, of course, each of your companies are into different niche that you are catering to. For example, Class Plus doing something to sort of help tutors go online, to EduPristine, who's doing something about helping students prepare for some of those international exams, to Career Guide, who's doing online career guidance. It's like a marketplace of a lot of career counselors who provide counseling. Or maybe Hughes Global Education, which sort of brings a lot of those internationally or nationally acclaimed courses online. So there are various drivers that you see which is driving your own business. Do you see any disruption or any change which this particular event has done to your current business drivers? Rati, anything you see, any change in EduPristine's approach which will now come in Do you think so? Is there any discussion which has happened in your organization?
We have center presence at all our major locations. So we have a face-to-face counseling team who sits and counsels the students for all the programs. That was very important and part of our strategy, you know, considering the customer quality and customer service that you give when you're meeting the customer face-to-face. With the new situation, with the current situation and the new norm coming into way, and we seeing that yes, we have to now shift our classroom to the online for the existing classes and also for the new classes. This entire classroom team, the entire team that was doing outcalling for classrooms, the entire team who was a face-to-face customer handling person,
Right.
is also now selling the digital online program, you know. So we had on plan online only for the locations that where we don't do classrooms. But today, because of the current scenario, we are doing it even for the locations where we have our classrooms, plus for the places where we do not have a reach, basically. So now this is an opportunity for us, you know. Even if we don't have an opportunity to open the classes in the near future, we do online, and that could probably have a different price point, but at least we get something instead of nothing, you know.
Rati, coming to you from again HR perspective, you think there is anything new skills, anything new which needs to be done? I mean, or the way you partner with your business, is there anything new? The employee engagement, the way performance appraisal is carried out, for example, do you think it needs to be changed?
See, obviously the new norm is asking us, all of us, to adapt to the new situation, right? So when we, all of us, see a new performance management to be in place, certainly there has to be some changes to the traditional mechanisms that we use. So to start with, we never envisaged or thought that all of us would work from home, right? Our sales, particularly at EduPristine, was never a work from home capability. It was always coming to office, working for the 9-10 hours, whatever number of hours you put in, and then you generate the output. Yes, there were some functions who could work from home. I agree to Anand when he said that the content capabilities can happen from anywhere. It can be a freelancer, it can be a contractor, anybody can do that. You don't need people on the payroll of the organization. But there are certain roles which definitely have to be within the organization. So today when I see as an HR, I don't see that, okay, I will hire freelancers, okay, I'll be okay to hire freelancers more compared to what I currently do. But this has actually shown me a way that if I can work from home, if my sales can happen from home, I can give more job opportunities to people, especially a woman who wants to come back to her career, who wants to work from home, is looking for a contractual opportunity. I can give an opportunity to that kind of a person. Okay. When it comes to the organization's philosophy, we are saying that we need to exhibit care to our employees, right? In terms of care, we also have to see our employees have the right infra to work from their home. They are in the right environment to work from their home. What all help can we give to them so that they are functioning, so that we are taking care of their basic necessities? They may have some financial problems that they're going through at their home. Can we help them through that financial situation? When it comes to performance appraisal, we are not very clear as to how do we change the strategy in terms of performance, because once we know what is going to be the future in the coming days, right, when we come back to office, when can we resume the office, we then can find out the way to assess the future performance. For the current performance, we have certain mechanisms that we have instilled in terms of the input to output ratio. You know, what is the target given to each functions, and as per that target and deadline, how are we delivering to that? But yes, there is definitely a scope to change the current strategy.